Well, how's it going, Kingsman? How are you guys all doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we have another clan battle between the GI and the RC clan on Pomerania 1. This battle 4v4 using the 4th coalition cores here, and you can hear the beautiful sounds. I have fixed my mod finally, and I'm not gonna lie, I have lined up this recording twice, 2 different days where I was sitting down to record, and then something came up in the family stuff, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not doing it today. But today is the day. Today is the day we're finally going to get this replay done. You can see we have the Russian-Prussian force rolling towards this town. Let's go over the cores, points, and everything else before this battle kicks off. Man, I love this map. Just gonna say that off the bat. And I love the traditional showdown that's going to happen here today. So, on the Imperial side, you have the GI. And they are going to be playing a 12-point Davout, a 11-point Lan, a 10-point Sul, and a 12-point Miraz. So, Cav Corps on the field today. I'll be very interested to see how they use the cavalry. A lot of rough terrain for Cav. A lot of rivers. There's some swampy areas over here, some marshlands. It's going to be interesting. And then, of course, let's not forget the town, which would be a nightmare for Miraz. But let's go over the coalition here, played by the RC. You have a 13-point Brunswick, a 12-point Bagration, a 11-point Hohenlohe, and a 9-point Duktorov. So, you know, some high points, 45 points total for each corps on the field here. No one starts in the town. And quite honestly, I think Duktorov may actually make it to a portion of the town first. Of course, the LOCs are closer to the French side here. You can see both of them. One here, one here. I think the French have a way quicker mobilization to it. It's going to be uphill or downhill battle, I should say, technically, for the Russians. Now, I will look at the terrain here. Oh, I forgot. I haven't done this. I need to get rid of this window thingy. So I apologize. It's going to be here today. Yeah, but look at this terrain, guys. The Russians have a perfect high ground outside the city. They can hide troops behind if they're getting shelled. They have a nice downhill slope to attack, but of course, for the defenders, if the Russians don't get across this river, it makes things a lot more difficult for them to attack, as the French could use these buildings to hide behind and deploy a line with the river kind of being a buffer, and it could become a challenge very, very quickly. This town usually is a blood battle, or a bloodbath, sorry, a bloodbath of a battle, pretty quickly, as people fight back and forth for the town hall, and I believe there's another town hall over here. Now we are starting to see a lot more troops on the flanks here. Already seeing one French corps. That is not Miraz, at least, so we know. And I'm going to adjust the reshaders again, guys. When you reinstall stuff, you have to redo everything. I should save the preset so I know what I'm getting myself into, but I'll fix it if this looks weird. I promise it's not permanent. Always trying to improve things. Now, we have Hohenlohe, the 11-point Prussia. He is deployed on the far extreme right flank, facing a French army. These guys already, they have an LOC of their own. Yeah, that looks a little weird, doesn't it? I may screw around with this for a second, honestly, before this battle actually kicks off. Alright, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a little too bright, too colorful now. I'm gonna have to mess around with this a little bit more. That doesn't look too bad. I think it was just a little too sharp on the visuals, but this looks a little better. We have the Prussians now moving out. Yeah, that looks pretty solid, I think. I actually don't really change much. I just sharpen things a little bit. Honestly, that's pretty much all of it. It's just, yeah, a little sharpening, sometimes a little bit. But yeah, we have the French now pushing into the town here. It looks like some grenadiers. Are these grenadiers? I believe they are. Maybe not. But either way, we have some French infantry pushing for this first town hall. There is a cavalry spat going off here. The Russians and French clashing here. Looks like dragoons coming out on top against some chasseurs cheval. I really need to get rid of that. Ooh. Artillery setup. A lot of French infantry here. Mobilizing to the town itself. And I'm not sure where exactly the big clash is going to happen. You have Bagration pushing here. You have Brunswick here on the right. And then, of course, like Duktorov. So 3 corps poised for the town. Low, the 11-pointer, he is probably going to have a bit of a push by himself, at least for a little while. He may face the brunt of Murat. Who knows? I mean, this is going to be the place where I feel like this is the obvious choice for Murat to deploy. A lot of Prussian lines, not a lot of squares. They can destroy an 11-pointer quite easily. We'll see how Prussia reacts to that. He does have some Saxon grenadiers have squares. He does have a couple grenadiers over here that have squares as well. I would expect Murat to roll that direction and not deploying the town itself, or I'd see Murat going around this kind of marshy swamp area, pushing on the right. You see Prussia holding this left to protect themselves, getting outflanked, but pushing more central with the 13-pointer. So 12 and 13-pointer being, you know, in a position of strength here in the center. And of course, Duktorov still waiting, biding his time. And that town just quietly waiting. There's cavalry on the outskirts on one side. You have all that infantry. Ooh, where'd it go? Where is... There he is. A lot of infantry pushing up. I am excited to see a melee here for the town. And we'll see how my computer handles this. Man, it feels like it's been a minute. Maybe my computer is freaking out. I need to actually do a deep clean of my PC. That'd probably help a lot. A lot of dust gets into the GPU, CPU, all that. And I don't have a proper way of cleaning it. But here we go. We have a cavalry charge going in. A square gets formed here. Prussia using the very few squares they do have on this flank. But they got to watch out. There's infantry pushing up with the cavalry, and probably they're going to get harassed constantly by cavalry as the French are going to try to force them into square over and over again. We have other French cavalry rushing across, trying to push these hussars. Probably going to force some more of this squareable infantry to push over to defend. This poor Fusilier, they're stuck. They're absolutely stuck. They're probably going to get murdered. Now they're trying their best, though. Oh, wow. Dang. They went right past that square and got killed. That's insane. Well, here we go. Prussia meeting with France. Here we go. That bayonet charge. These Fusiliers are going to break. That's a massive grenadier unit, or light infantry unit. I don't know if these are actually grenadiers or not. It's hard to tell in this time period, unless they have the cool hats. Like, I know they have the red lapel sometimes, and that helps a lot. But I do believe we're going to have some movement by France onto Prussia here on the left. Prussia can take a line fight, though, so this won't be too bad for them. But if Murat shows up in force, this could turn messy very quickly. Now we have cavalry charging. Oh my goodness, cavalry charging in several locations. Do they have squares? If not, they need cavalry to support their lines. Oh, a beautiful volley straight into this cavalry unit from France. But man, you can see Prussia breaking all over the place. This is why squares are important. And this is why I truly expect, yeah, France is probably going to ignore this whole side. The coalition has to push. There is a heavy concentration of French corps. I see at least 2 generals, if not 3, over here. They need to push while they have the advantage, and they have the advantage right now. They can hold the town, able to defend. The question is, them in melee in the town with these cores. I guess Bagration and Doktorov could be very well set up to take melee, but Prussia not so much. They're not exactly a melee capable faction. Here we go though, some cuirassiers gonna charge in, try to free up some of this line. They are met by the French Hussars, probably more French cavalry backing them up. And France make it a nasty, wicked flanking charge in on the Cuirassiers with some Hussars. Yeah, France is gonna definitely take that. Definitely gonna win that one. And here we go, the French continually pushing. Prussia actually going to try to meet them, it looks like, on this hill. They still have some more cavalry. They have artillery sitting, some 6-pounders, some more up on the hill. So they could potentially make a nice defensive line here. It's just a matter of if there's a bunch of French cavalry rolling this direction. That is going to be the telltale. They have grenadiers as well. Like, they have some nice lines. Oh, and a bayonet charge going up the hill. Grenadiers on Prussian grenadiers. Oh, they're shooting them down. Here we go. We got that clash. Ooh, why is it lagging like crazy? And France looks like they're actually coming out on top so far. And they're going in again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, France is definitely taking this. They are breaking one line after another of Prussia. And Prussia over here all alone. And these are their grenadiers, guys. I mean, these guys are fighting hard. Look at this. This is not a Hollywood-looking fight. You know, the lines are very... They're not just, like, mixed up of soldiers everywhere. There's definitive lines. I love that. These grenadiers are holding until they get flanked. Oh, no. No, they're over. Nice cav charge here. Dragoons taking on some chasseurs cheval.
Our men are running.
Oh, man. This is going to get annoying really fast. I mean, France doesn't even have that much over here, guys. There's Murat, though. I told you, you know. Murat's going to come over where he sees... Murat's going to do what Murat wants. And Murat, he wants to be over here. You know, this is some easy pickings. And then... Who just shot a vault? Like, who just... Do you guys see that? Was there some canister? Oh, skirmishers? Who shot it? Like, I'm so confused right now. They knocked an artillery piece or two. Look at that.
Our men are running, sir.
Alright, guys, I apologize. We are back. Had to fix a couple things and all that, but hopefully things will be running more smoothly now. Back at that vicious French attack. Hopefully the sound will catch up here. The vicious French attack uphill on the Prussian army here. With more and more cavalry kind of rushing around. It looks like trying to cut off the Prussian retreat. Or a line of retreat here. It's getting quite messy here for Podlo. He does have cavalry still on the right-hand side, but his center is definitely... I mean, he still has infantry too. He does have infantry to hold. Some musketeers, he has some grenadiers here who are probably about to be flanked. Oh, we actually get to see what maybe hit this artillery piece. Yeah, you have artillery way over here. Some
Our men are running, sir.
12 pounders or 20 pounders, something big, firing on this hill. Let's not neglect here where the French and Russians are fighting for the town. Ironically, a very small fight here, but now the coalition is taking advantage of that push and getting into the town itself, while the Prussians are mounting a desperate defense. The coalition can capitalize, hopefully, on this attack over here, or on this vacancy of French corps, and maybe make a nice push, take a lot of ground, hold LOCs. This could turn into an LOC fight, or you know, an LOC victory or loss, not even by you know, deathmatch. But yep, we got a lot more infantry from France now flanking. Looks like we have some Russians now getting in some charges here, trying to break that flanking force of France that is just curving around. Ulani getting a nice charge off, breaking 2 skirmishers. Prussia still holding on decently well. They're going to lose probably several more units before they actually save their core. And they're probably going to lose quite a few units here. This Fusilier definitely going to be next. Cavalry coming in on the flank. That's going to break these poor men who are isolated on the right. But, I mean, despite the heavy hit here, and that France has not lost a lot, I mean, Prussia has managed to withdraw a decent portion of his core. Now the artillery is going to be taken out now by France. You have some grenadiers here and musketeers trying to make a brave last stand here, trying to stave off the French. Guys, France now is going to probably roll over this hill. They're even cutting into the escape route for Prussia. Now, in the town itself, Bagration has pushed, although I don't think he's going to actually push the town itself. He's probably going to try to make a stand here. Maybe Polo and Bagration and Duktarov are going to hold by this river. If the Prussians can get their core out of here, but Murat is still far behind with this cav, and the forest will slow him down a little bit. We'll see if this tactical withdrawal bears a little bit of success here for Prussia, if they can manage to get their troops out of here mostly intact. Over on this far side, we have France trying to hang on to a portion of this LOC. Maybe the coalition were a little slow in the push, but they are in gear now. Now I gotta remember these corps very slow moving for the coalition, so France is gonna have a better opportunity to mobilize and strike quickly. And over here we have, yep, another charge here by cavalry. I haven't even seen the heavy cav striking yet. Still having a bug with the sound, it would appear. I'm gonna see if I can fix this real fast. And I don't know how to fix this other little clicking thing. I'm not sure, guys. I don't know how to fix it all. There we go. And then we switch it back. And we'll see if that helps. Yeah, these poor Prussians are isolated. They're definitely not gonna make it, unfortunately. More Prussians caught out.
Our men are running.
Still, we will see what France manages to kill and what Prussia manages to get away with. They have a couple troops left, another musketeer. I mean, at this point, guys, France is just running down one after another with their hussars. Honestly, the Prussian cavalry needs to be a little bit more decisive in their attacks here. But a lot of French here on the flank. Man, they're pouring over this river crossing, ignoring the coalition on the far left. This is where they want to strike right now. And you have Duktarov's corps. He has pushed across the river, maybe to try to help defend some of that flank. Going against some light infantry. But Prussia is away. They have gotten across the river. There's a lot of swampy terrain here. They have lost a large portion of their core. A little bit of a tough one here. Dutorov needs to watch out because he could get flanked. But I think Dutorov managed to harass a portion of this flank. I mean, you got to watch out for this flanking French line that's starting to circle. But I think he's done his bit, and he's going to pull back as well. So the battle line is redrawn. Oh man, this is a rough. This pathfinding kind of rough. You see, it's caught a lot of Bagration's core, but they are starting to mobilize. It'll take a minute to get up into position here. France still trying to harass here. This is now Murat, I believe. Yep, some heavy cav getting themselves in. Oh, what a place to charge, though. Man, what a place to charge. Are they going for the 12-pounders? Oh, man. That poor artillery crew. But still, this is a chance maybe for the coalition to break part of Murat's core. Maybe they're just going to ignore it and get away. But you know where Murat is at. Look at this. He has not his entire core, but a portion over here. Ooh, that's a lot of figures to try to load. But you know, he's trying to do his best. France really trying to keep that initiative going. He's pushing across some very rough terrain. And Prussia is fighting with the land that they have, which honestly, this is the better place to make a stand. There's a lot of water to slow down that cavalry that's trying to move. We do have now Murat getting trapped here. Some of his cuirassiers getting flanked and attacked by multiple Russian cavalry units. Now I think he may be able to make his stand here. I think this cavalry from Murat is quite fresh. They may actually be able to just tear their way through this Prussian line. And here comes France. Not even slowing down. This is seeming very one-sided, but I mean, the battle's not even, the majority of the coalition haven't even committed to the fight yet. So, you know, this is not yet even close yet, guys. This has still got a lot of work to do. Now, if only the coalition had artillery set up here, could you imagine just firing in on Murat's core? Yeah, and the French are just going to keep pushing here. They have a very good thing going. On this left side, look at the mass of infantry just pushing. And that is a painting. That looks awesome. Here we go. Oh, do we have a heavy cav charge going straight into the center of the Prussian line? Let's get a nice clean view of this. Look at them. Going straight in here. And cavalry in the background. Now, this may not be the greatest Prussian. Ooh. Nice flanking charge by France. Oh my gosh. This is bad for Russia. Now, they are getting into a melee. Now, of course, France is formed up on this side of the river. We'll see if Bagration can push up. Dutorov is the only one holding right now. And France is really pushing here. You have a lot of cuirassiers and other coalition cavalry trying to hold off Murat, at least for the time being, so the infantry keep pushing back. Bagration is almost on the field, though, guys. So close. That was actually not that effective of a cavalry charge from Murat. That's going to keep him stagnant for a while and exhaust him. You want to be able to hit really hard, then pull that heavy cav back so it can not be getting exhausted into a fight. But here we go. We got the Russians and French. Nice volley fire. Prussia on the flank. Man, the coalition have been, in my opinion, getting outmaneuvered constantly. Like, their army is so spread out. They're trying to consolidate, but France is just all in one place. The coalition is so spread out. Now we have a French melee here going against Duktorov's guard. The Russian guard in the thick of it. Another bayonet charge going against some of these musketeers. But they do break the right flank, trying to pull back so they don't just disintegrate. But Bagration is getting some grenadiers here and more of his musketeers getting thrown in to reinforce. Nice line fight going on over here. I don't think France is going to make a whole lot of headway. I mean, they are starting to kind of whittle down a lot of these Russian units in the center. Prussia's still caving a little bit. See, Murat is not really in the center right now. He's kind of focusing on the right flank for the time being. I don't know if Bagration is going to hold a reserve line and wait and see what happens. France is actually getting thrown back a little bit here. What a stand by the guard. Duktorov's corps holding strong for the moment. A nice cav charge too. Dragoons going against that French line, trying to break them a little bit. Prussia could start to, if they hurry up, Brunswick could definitely start to threaten the right flank of France. Start collapsing in, and then much needed reinforcements from Duktorov and Bagration could start pushing in here. We have a huge cavalry fight here. Murat trying to drive the Russian and Prussian cavalry off the field.
Our men are running, sir.
And it looks like he is going to take that fight. But his cavalry corps probably is a little exhausted now. They've been fighting in a couple prolonged melees here against cavalry and infantry. And you can't let exhausted cuirassiers fight. They will not hold up well. Now, this LOC may actually help the coalition make a stand here, as they can fall back and use it as a line of defense from here all the way to this town hall. They could hold this line here. Now, the center is definitely going to be a little tough. I know there's artillery sitting here, although it looks like maybe remobilizing. Artillery is going to be key against that French heavy cav. You can see they are pushing constantly, just focusing down the coalition's cavalry, because once that is gone, they can use their cav where they want without fear of defensive cav operations being deployed against them by the coalition. There we go, a nice little charge here, maybe to try to save a portion of this line here. Artillery, where is it? There it is. All right, they're moving this artillery piece. I'm not sure where, maybe putting up on the hill so they can fire into the flank where Bagration is trying to defend. This cavalry has to be tired. These crosshairs have to be tired, guys. It has to be. But I like this. It's a nice push. However, I like that the coalition have not folded. Yes, they've taken losses. Yes, they've gotten pushed back, but they are not folding. They're fighting bitterly for every foot of ground. They're not like, okay, we're just going to give it to you and not make you pay for it. They have killed French units. And France is not just getting a cakewalk. Now, we have more Prussians. They're still a little bit behind the line. If they can get here and start, imagine if they circled around here and threatened that flank. But I'm seeing a general movement along the entire French center and left flank. The right flank is kind of just holding their own against Brunswick. But the center and left is moving. And that is, of course, probably because of the freeing up of that coalition cavalry not being able to harass this French line. So now they can push, maybe go for this armory as well. But they are facing, and these guys have been fighting, I don't know, they probably aren't exhausted yet, or even, they're probably active. But they are facing fresh Russian infantry, and quite a lot of it. Bagration has a large corps. But I'm not sure who has the better shooting. Now, Duktorov has very excellent shooting with some of these units, especially the guard. Very good morale, very good reload skill, accuracy, shooting. They will hold the line for now, but they're very outnumbered here in the center. And France is focusing them down, and they're not shooting, man, the musket bug. But you can see Bagration does not want to give up the armory yet. He's actually pushing up a reserve line And if they can hold this, it's going to threaten this entire flank. It threatens all this area. France can't just walk past this. They're getting shot in the back. And now we have fresh Prussian musketeers here. These guys may not do well in melee, but they are decent in shooting. And they will be able to go and replace some of this Russian line and start dishing out some damage over time. Now we do have a cav charge here, but plenty of squares from Bagration's Grenadiers. Look at this. Oh, man. The smoke and the flashes of rifle fire was just cinematic. Now, France is slowing a little bit in some areas. I think they're not slowing over here. I think it's been very, very steady progress for them. They are slowly, foot by foot, pushing. And I think the coalition are switching out. Yep, here we go. Prussia. They've pulled back a little bit, so Prussia has time to set up their line. France is going to have to push on that line, and Russia can then rest up their forces here. Now, on the right flank, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more French melee action, cavalry and infantry in coordination, as they are going to try to seize this armory. But you can see it's not going to be easy. One French unit has been repelled already. Some grenadiers in a very strategic place. They can form squares if Murat gets too close. Look at that. Oh, this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is becoming a more even fight now that both corps are at full strength on the field. So we had some cavalry charging in and some infantry. France trying to put a lot of pressure, and you see Duktorov was pulling back so that he could probably answer any melee charges with their infantry, and Prussia has some nice flanking fire, but looks like France committed some grenadiers against probably some tired Russian guard units. We have fresh grenadiers from Duktorov pushing up here as, oh, Duktorov starting to waver. France sending in Murat. Going against the musketeer, not the greatest charge. That should have made a lot better impact. Honestly, that wasn't the most amazing charge. It probably will still do something here, but that flanking fire, and France has got to support this, or else the Prussians are going to start shooting into Murat heavy cav and start just knocking them out one after another. But France is making some movement here. Look at this center. It's starting to bend. The coalition's center bending a little bit. There's reserves and more reserves here. So France, even if they make this, they have to hope they don't take heavy losses in this melee. And so far, they seem to be doing very well. That's 3-4 coalition units that have broke. Over by the armory. Man, the battle for the armory. This one is going to go down in the history book. See, that's a good cav charge. Look at the impact. And they instantly break. That's the way to tell if it's a good heavy cav charge. If they break almost immediately, the other one, not so much. But, you know, you don't always get a good heavy cav charge in. But now, the line has bent a lot. This center has broke, but they're... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Well, that's not good. That is very much opposite of good. Cavalry in the back lines here, killing a general. Oh, that's going to be a heavy loss. Yeah, cavalry in the back lines here. But, I mean, despite the smoke, it's hard to see. Heavy cav charge going in. But Bagration is stubbornly holding on by the armory. And they've inflicted some heavy losses on France. Even about to break a cavalry unit here. Yep. Murat's cav breaks. And the coalition are not done. You may think, wow, the French just made a huge win here and broke this center. Wow, there's still a unit there. But look at this, guys. Fresh Prussian units. The 13-pointer showing up to start harassing the flank, and France does not have the men. I think France is running out of men. And there's a fresh Brunswick. Totally, I mean, let's look at this real fast. How big is Brunswick's core? Let's see, where is it? Yeah, 4,201 men. Don't forget that one extra man, you know? They have 4,000 men on the field. and they have barely started fighting. So now a tired France is going to have to face 4,000 men. That's like two French corps worth of men. Now, of course, you may say, well, the quality, Kingston, the quality. Well, who cares at this point? The French are too tired. Their cavalry is exhausted. It's been getting depleted. I think the French actually may have outdone themselves. That's a little bit... they can't be shooting in that, which I think they fixed it. Yeah. And Bagration, what a stubborn, like, last stand. What a hold they are making here. And look at this. Murat's cavalry is getting shot as they're in melee. Oh, here we go. France going in. I think the French are going to lose this one. I truly do. I mean, the Prussians can now do a slow and steady advance here, just starting to pour in volleys one after the other. The French have exhausted themselves in melee, and they have broke. Don't be deceived, guys. The French did an insanely good job at breaking this coalition, but the coalition have so much more to give in this battle. Like, Brunswick showing up late game has actually been a huge advantage for them. Just props to, you know, Bagration, Diktorov, and Holo for making the stand they did. Now we are starting to see, but yeah, Bagration has finally shattered by the armory. The armory is lost after, man, a bloodbath of a battle for it. Look at that bloodbath. The dead stacked up around this armory. And that will be it for them. Now it is pretty much up to Brunswick. Almost entirely. But he has heavy cavalry here? Is there light cav? I think this will go well. Unless Brunswick totally throws it away. I think they'll do just fine. Now this could turn into a... Let's observe LOCs here. I wish I could get rid of this thing. Whenever I hold my clicker down, it shows this. I don't know how to get rid of that. It's part of the reshader thing. But anyway, so there's a one-pointer here, another one-pointer here. They have technically one here they could take, and one here that they took. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then technically 5, 6. They will win by LOC. Absolutely will win by LOC. Actually, you know, this could be kind of cool because I can point out, like, look at this. I'm just kidding. That looks lame. I gotta fix that. But what a battle, guys. What a fight. They definitely presented an excellent fight. You know, I don't disappoint. When I do post replays, I try to post the best replays, you know? I try to do the best replays that I can. All right, I mean, I post very much. I post quality over quantity, which doesn't help my YouTube channel grow. I know that. This is when I don't post, my views go down. My channel doesn't grow as fast, and you know, that's okay. I'm not going to sacrifice, you know, life for the channel. I post when I can, and I try to always pick good replays. That's why it sometimes takes so long. I'm scrolling for probably 5 to 10 minutes. Even longer, sometimes still looking for a replay, looking at end game stats to make sure that the kills, you know, as you'll see probably at the end of this one, the kills is what grabbed my attention for this replay on both sides. Everybody had over 1,000 kills. That's a good game. When everybody has over 1,000 kills, that's an insanely good game. As you can tell just by looking at this, or if you've been watching this whole time, you can tell. Very, very well done. Oh, the artillery. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a game changer too. Diktorov's, how many guns? 8 guns? Yeah, I think it's 8 guns. Set up a very... Oh, yeah, France is going to get absolutely toasted if they get close. Now, France is trying to swing around the flank here. They need to close in with Prussia in order to make a dent. They can't afford to sit in a line fight. They do not have the numbers to hold against a long line fight with with the Prussians. They just can't. I mean, they have a little bit of cavalry here. You can see here, trying to keep it away from that artillery. Duke Torov's artillery is probably going to try to seeking out this heavy cav, which is depleted, by the way. It is depleted. But I don't know where the French could really take this fight. Like, I don't think they have much else really to give. They could try to focus down, but the moment they pull back from one area, Prussia just pushes in that one area. Now, probably there's going to be focusing LOCs at this point to see who can take the most LOCs and call a victory in that direction. But when you're fighting a corps that's as big as two of your corps combined, it starts becoming a little bit difficult. And this was definitely a rough map to have a cav corps, like a heavy cav corps. Obviously, it worked well, but man, the terrain was just rough for Murat. I mean, he still did an excellent job, but charging over all this, once they got past it, I feel like Murat should have had a couple more units over here to focus this area, try to break them, and then catch the Prussians as they're pushing across, you know, all this open ground over here. Maybe that would have helped. Maybe not. I don't know. But we're going to see a slow, slow grind now. I'm assuming France is going to try to hold by this armory that they fought so hard to take. Is this the Hougoumont of this battle? The one that France threw a lot of troops into? I mean, that's a lot of French dead, guys. That's a lot of French dead. Let's see here. Yep, look at that. Man, wow, what happened there? Like there's a whole stack of French dead. Like, it's just so much. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Russians mixed in here. That's a lot of French as well, guys. I mean, that was a rough one. Now, we do have France trying to sneak around here. Brunswick's a little slower, but he has some L4s. Yeah, France doesn't have a lot. He has some cavalry, 4 units of infantry, some artillery. Maybe they'll try to go for a bayonet charge here against Brunswick's corps. I'm expecting to see that. We'll see if Prussia can manage to do something here. Gosh, that's going to start hurting. Yeah, Prussia doesn't want to just isolate units. I mean, they want to isolate the French units, but they want to keep their core intact, because you saw they just this unit just routed. Oh no, France getting the cav charge off again. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna make it this time. Some grenadiers getting a volley. Unfortunately, that cavalry does break. That Chasseur Cheval unit. Artillery is going to set up. But it did split France, or the coalition up a little bit. Let's see if they form square. They didn't? More grenadiers, though. And here comes more French. Now, there's, of course, this fight by the LOC, which actually, yeah, like I said, guys, the coalition have actually been split in two. They have one force over here, one force over here. Maybe France is going to try to trick them, use some trickery. And if they can destroy half of Brunswick's corps here, they can then push and, you know, maybe they could retake the initiative here. Especially with that artillery firing now. This is actually a very good position for France. Let the artillery speak. It's firing fast. Oh, I guess we're not going to get any sounds in, huh? What? Yeah, they're focusing on this musketeer, this poor musketeer. Over here we do have... Oh, cavalry finally getting some retribution on that Murat. Excuse me, my voice is... Man, it's a little rough right now. Yeah, they break 2 units. Make it a little easier for them to actually be able to focus. Man, artillery even firing gear. You have Duktorov's artillery firing gear trying to go for Murat's corps. Man, they are just... This is why Murat was trying to avoid that area. Their cavalry just getting focused by those 20-pounders. Over here, we have a bit more of a fight here. Grenadiers caught by cavalry once again. Oh, it's so even. Oh, they both break. Now, that fight's going to be a coalition victory. This fight, France outnumbered. Artillery can't even the odds. They break 1 unit, they're going to turn to the next, I'm sure. You see Prussia trying to focus them down with volume. I mean, they have not killed probably a whole lot. 1 or 2 maybe. And, oh, what's happening here? Are they going for guys in the LOC? Yeah, now it's going to cause it to bug out a little bit. Wow, France may actually... They took it by fighting them when they were half in, half out of the LOC. Wow. So they will take that one. Everywhere else, though, it looks like France is actually... Yeah, they took it. France is getting pushed back over here. This armory is over 50%. That's 100%. Yeah, be careful here. Oh, it's 30% on that side. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna take that. Oh, another one taken. Oh no, that one is taken. I think they took this one too. Yep. All right, so we're starting to count. There's 1, 2, 3, but this one's probably gonna get taken. So then France will have 1, 2. Oh gosh, what did I do? A misclick. Here we go. Yep, they're gonna go and push into it. There's no way France is gonna survive this attack. They're grenadiers, but they are surrounded. They have probably taken some heavy losses. Going over here, France is just getting walked up on by Prussia. I mean, Prussia is bleeding. That artillery and infantry probably is dropping a lot of their men, but they have the men to spare. They take that LOC. We'll see what they do. I mean, man, they're wavering. That canister is just... Yeah. Whew, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Prussia can probably keep fighting this. They're probably going to lose at least 2 more units, I think, before this battle is decided on this side. Yeah, Prussian artillery though, so France could always, or Prussia could always fall back and let the artillery help. They have a lot of artillery. This stuff is never even fired, I don't think. But yeah, the rest of the Prussians are going to be moving over here. It's over. Well, like a hard-fought battle for France. Almost there. They did, I think, the best strategy they could have done, which is focus this area and try to go for the Prussians. The terrain definitely caught up with them. I think they could have maybe if they had guessed that they could have swung this way and cut off the entire Hohenlohe and not taken any losses, but I don't think Hohenlohe would have changed a whole lot. The rest of the coalition still would have been here. I don't know. Can you tell me what you think in the comments if France could have done something different that would have given them a victory? I think they just got it was an attrition, a battle of attrition for them. They just ran up against a massively large coalition army. I mean, let's count up, while we're waiting for this battle to end, let's count up the coalition. So you have 35 plus 13, that's 48, plus 42, that's 80, it's 89,000 men? Wait, no, that's not true, is it? Holy cow. Oh my gosh. The coalition had over 1,100 men. 11,000 men, I mean. Sorry. 11,000 men on the coalition side. Oh my gosh. That is insane. 11,000 men versus, that's 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a little over, like 7,500 men, 7,500 roughly. I'm estimating, I'm not going with an exact number. That is such a numbers game right there. That is massive. I had no idea the coalition brought that much. No one of the coalition didn't care about losing a couple men. Like Hohenlohe, he was like, whatever. The other guys have like double my corps anyway, so it doesn't even matter. That is crazy. I'm gonna hit the fast forward button, guys, because at this point, the French are falling back. I don't know if they don't even have the LOC advantage, even if they hold the LOCs they have. Or maybe, hold on here. You have one here that the French have. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 4 on the French. 1, 2, 3. They're going to this one too. I don't know. I really don't know. If the coalition take this one, they'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. If they take this one, that's 5, 6. If they take this one, that's 7. They have way more than the French, and this will be an LOC victory for the RC clan. But I mean, if the French hold on to this one and this one, that's 1, 2. I think if they have this one, that's 3. This and that's 4, and then the coalition will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, but if the Imperials have this one, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. If the French have these 3 plus these 2, that's 5. And if they have
this building
1, 2,
has fallen to the enemy.
Oh no, they took it. Oh my gosh, this could be the
glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I don't know, guys. Okay, so we have, right, because you have this unit way over here, way over there, going for that LOC, but I saw a unit in this one for France. So they both will have 5. I think there's 10 total, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, if each of them have 5, it's going to be a draw.
We've killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Oh, they took it. Okay, well, hold on now. Hold on, though. Wait a second. I don't know who. Okay, so France had this one still. France had that one still. I know they had one over here. So they have 3 on. I'm gonna look this up. Hold on, I gotta look this up. So it says LOC draw. It says LOC draw. So neither side took it? I think so. Like, that's what it's saying here. That's insane. After such a hard-fought battle, neither side won. Wow. Yeah, it says it's a draw. Yep. Oh yeah, we have the other one, which is kind of small, but you have 1, 2, 3. Well, I don't know. It says it's a draw, so I just will say it's a draw, I guess. But let's look at the results. I'm sorry I wasted your time. So we have on the GI side here, for the French side, you have Faye. He was playing the Salt 10-pointer with 1364 for the kills. FDS as Murat with 1321. You have Best Player as Lan 11-pointer with 1597. In Muros as the 12-point Davu with 3370 for the kills. Man, a lot of kills. On the other side, TT Ross with Bagration 12-pointer with 1309. Wiggles, Duke Torov 9-pointer with 1192. Al as Brunswick with 1401. And then bring back Militia. Hohenlohe, 11-pointer. He had 1065 for the kills. So as I promised, over 1,000 kills for each player. Well done. What a game. What a game. I love that one. That was beautiful. Well fought, close, and what I would always love to see. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Until next time, you guys have a great yesterday. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.